Hello friends, welcome to Trunkie Academy. Uh, in the previous classes, we studied about the biomolecules. We studied about the amino acids. We studied about the protein, carbohydrate, and lipids. Now today, we will study about the new chapter. Okay, and since this is very important for NEET examination, when you observe the entire syllabus, you'll find that human physiology is the most important part. Many questions are asked. Okay, so also from the genetics and heredity from class 12. Okay, biotechnology. Okay, and the ecosystem environmental issues, and but human physiology has got the highest portion, you can say, contributing the number of questions. Okay, so now we'll start with this excretion. Okay, now you know that in previous classes you have already studied about the excretion or metabolic waste or removal of waste from the plant or animal body. Okay, so what is excretion? First we'll go through quickly. We'll go through because this is a very long topic in the introductory part. Also, there are so many basic concepts to know, and then we have to move to the human excretory system, which is the actual syllabus that is given in the our syllabus of the NCERT and the NEET. Okay, excretion is the elimination of the nitrogenous and other waste materials from the body. You know that in every factory, industry, some kind of products are being produced and manufactured. Along with that, some wastes are also produced. So that waste needs to be removed or eliminated or should be thrown out. Okay, similarly, some different types of reactions going inside our body, and inside the body when the reaction goes on, some kind of waste material or metabolic waste is produced. So metabolic reaction that occurs in our body is also accompanied by the production of some waste material or byproducts. Okay, so excretion is the here in our case, in the human body or animals mainly, we find that the waste is of nitrogenous waste. Okay, so you see collection. So separation. Okay, separating the waste material, filtering out in the kidney, and then collecting the urinary bladder temporarily, and then releasing out from the body. Okay, so that is the elimination. Okay, that's the micturition or of metabolic waste. Okay, now we come to the another thing, that is the separation of metabolic waste products, mainly nitrogenous waste products, is collection in the urinary bladder and then elimination. Now, elimination of waste, like you can see, there is a kind nephron that we will study in detail. Okay, in the next class tomorrow, what is nephron and each part of the nephron. That nephron plays important role. This nephron is the structural and functional unit of excretory system. So blood is bringing the waste, that is striking on the wall of the glomerulus, where it is filtered into the Bowman's capsule. The filter is going down and urine is formed. Okay, so urea is little like urea, carbon dioxide in exhaled air, biopigments. Okay. Excretion helps in maintenance of homeostasis also. It's not only about the excretory or removing the urea. It's also important to maintain homeostasis. Okay, maintaining homeostasis. That means we are talking about maintaining a uniform environmental conditions inside the body. That's called homeostasis. So excretion also helps in maintaining the homeostasis. Okay. So removal of waste like urea, exhaled, the carbon dioxide in exhaled air, and biopigments comes under the. Now, sent out along some water excretion. Okay, nitrogenous waste. Okay, so because see, when you are washing your hand, how do you wash your hand? Or how do you clean your hands? Do you use some kind of blades stretching out your the things that is on to clean your hands, or by stretching with the blade? No, you must wash. You use some soap also, some kind of what we call it, hand wash, liquid hand wash, because that it helps to remove, that dissolves, water dissolves the dirt that is present on the surface of the skin of the hand, and then it is removed. Similarly, you need these wastes along with the water. They are removed because they dissolve. They forms kind of mixed solution, and then it is removed. Okay. So with the help of the sent out along with some water. So kidneys are involved in the homeostasis of body. Means what? What is this? The seesaw, red and yellow. This is about the balance of the salt and the water. Okay, the salt and water has to be balanced in our body. So kidneys function is not only to remove, filter out the urine or formation of urine. Along with that, the most also another important function is to maintain the constant and body environmental condition or homeostasis of body fluids. Okay, water and salt balance should be maintained. That is very important. Water is the most important constituent of protoplasm, the living substances. Okay, about 70% of our body consists of water, and we see the other part. Okay, then there is the so that water being the most important constituent of protoplasm, it is very important to maintain its balance. Okay, now see water. Okay, dehydration kills a person much faster than the lack of food. Okay? If somebody is starving or on hunger strike, okay, that person can remain can remain alive if he is taking water. Okay, a person who is not taking food for 2 or 3 days, okay, but taking water, he can survive. But a person who is not taking water also, and not taking food also, and not water also, then that person will be, that dehydration kills that person, okay, much faster. So water plays a very important, that forms the base for the different metabolic reaction. So excretion is the metabolism of proteins and nucleic acid produce ammonia and toxic waste in excretion. Okay. Metabolism of protein and nucleic acid produce ammonia and toxic waste, and no energy is spent for the production of ammonia. So they can send ammonia through dilute urine, as they can afford to lose much water. So so if there is water is there, so that ammonia can be removed with the help of the water. Aquatic animals excrete ammonia ammonotelic through body, surface, gills, etc. by diffusion, because since they are living in the water only, so thus by diffusion only they can lose their ammonia. Okay. Now in others, ammonia is converted into urea along with carbon dioxide, which is less toxic. So what we do is, till the time it's being removed, till the time we need to convert it into some less toxic substances, because ammonia is very, very toxic and harmful. So till the urine is being formed, it is going to be filtered. Okay, we have to this ammonia is converted into little less toxic substance, that is the urea. Okay, via ornithine cycle in the liver, that is this kind of the excretory mode is called ureotelic animal. In insects, reptiles, birds, and the land and snails, the end product of nitrogen metabolism is uric acid. They are the uricotelic. So you can see the ammonotelic. First one is the ammonotelic. Okay, like in aquatic animals. Okay, in fishes, ammonotelic. Ammonia is directly diffused out. In case now there is another type is the ureotelic, where the urea is converted into ammonia is converted into less toxic urea via ornithine cycle. And in insect, reptile, birds, and land snails, the end product of metabolism is the uric acid. They are called the uricotelic. Uric acid is almost insoluble in water, and production of uric acid involves expenditure of more energy. So that's it. Now, uric acid is produced by mammals, too, by purine metabolism. Okay. So in case of human body and the mammals also, this uric acid is produced by metabolism of purine. Okay. Purine is on a kind of a nucleic acid, So some animals excrete amino acid also. Some that they are called the aminotelic. So some animals, in some cases, are very not much, but in some cases we find that they excrete amino acid, and they are called aminotelic, not ammonotelic, aminotelic, because they are excreting amino acid. Many mammals except apes, mane, etc. produce the enzyme uricase, by which they can convert uric acid into more soluble allantoin. Okay, so like apes, mane, enzyme, the kind of uric acid enzyme. Okay, okay, which helps in converting uric acid into more soluble allantoin. Okay, so this is a unique feature in primate, in higher mammals. Okay, where this a special kind of enzyme uricase that convert uric acid into more soluble, to make it more soluble. Okay, kidney also maintain acid base balance by excreting H plus ion. Okay, so the regulation of internal fluids water balance is an example of homeostasis. As I told you, homeostasis is the maintaining the constant environmental conditions within the body, water salt balance, okay, acid base balance. Okay, all these should be maintained. Kidneys are involved in homeostasis of body fluids and their concentration, salt balance. So out of this, the most important. Normally, homeostasis refers to the maintaining the water salt balance. Why? Because this is very important. The fluid of the body, the blood and the other fluid, it has to be, the concentration of the salt must be maintained. Okay, it should not be much, it should not be less. Okay, there's a pressure. Otherwise, there will be some other kind of problems and that kind of difficulty and some kind of what we call that, some kind of distortion in the function of the physiological functions. So the tissues of cartilaginous fishes are well adapted to survive high urea concentration. Okay, so cartilaginous fish, as I told you, you know that when you studied about the in class 11, studied about there are two kinds of fishes: cartilaginous fishes and the bony fishes. Cartilaginous fishes means chondric fish, and bony fishes mean osteochondric. Chondric fish that okay, they are well adapted to survive the high urea concentration. Okay, these fishes and many other salt water fishes, like mollusks also, they have large quantities of trimethylamine oxide (TMAO), an organic molecule that protects the body proteins from damaging effect of urea. So these which are able to tolerate the high quantity of the urea, they have got a special kind of organic molecule called trimethylamine oxide. This plays a very important role in protecting the body proteins. Otherwise, protein will be damaged by the urea. This is a harmful and toxic substance. So now we see the kidney. Kidney is the main organ of the excretion in human body and other mammals, and it maintains the acid bed balance by excreting extra H plus hydrogen plus ions. Okay, so hydrogen ion. Now the mode of excretion, as we saw from the previous slide, is the ammonotelism, where ammonia is the byproduct after the forming as the nitrogenous waste product. Ammonia being the nitrogenous waste product. In case of ureotelism, it is the urea as the nitrogenous waste product, and in case of uricotelism, it is the uric acid okay, there's a nitrogenous waste product. Based on the nitrogenous waste product, the three modes of excretion is of three types: the excretion of three types, that is excretion of the ammonia, urea, and uric acid. Okay, so that is called the ammonotelism, excretes ammonia, excretion of ammonia. Then ureotelism, excretion of urea, and uricotelism, excretion of uric acid, that we already discussed. Okay? So mode of excretion: animals cannot eliminate free nitrogen but can eliminate it in the form of nitrogenous end product. Okay, animals are not able to eliminate free nitrogen, but they can eliminate in the form of nitrogenous end product, some kind of end product or organ product. So metabolism of excess amino acids and nitrogenous bases of nucleic acids, namely pyrimidines, produce ammonia, from which urea or uric acid form depending upon the need. So that is the thing. Okay. So metabolism. I have already explained. We have already I think studied about the when you are coming to class 12. That means we have already when coming to class 11. Okay, from class 10. That means you have already studied about the what is metabolism. Okay. So metabolism of excess amino acid. Okay, and the nitrogenous bases. Mainly nucleic acid and pyrimidine, these produce the ammonia from urea or uric acid is formed depending upon the need. So now coming to the modes of excretion: ammonotelism, elimination of ammonia as the chief nitrogenous waste material is termed ammonotelism. Ammonia is formed by the oxidative deamination of amino acids. Okay, so when there is a deamination. Deamination chiefly occurs in the liver of vertebrate body, and this leads to the formation of ammonia. The amino group separated from the amino acid combines with hydrogen and becomes ammonia. So this is called the forms after deamination. Okay, removal of the amino groups and the amino acid, and then it forms the ammonia. Okay, mode of ammonotalism. Therefore, expression of ammonia is most common in aquatic species. Many lower vertebrates expel ammonia through the body surface by simple diffusion because they are living in water, and it is easy for them to simply diffuse the ammonia into the water. Simple diffusion from body surface. Now, ammonia is highly toxic and readily soluble in water, hence it should be eliminated from the body quickly and in a very dilute solution. So, since they are living in water, it's very easy for them, because they are living in large quantity of water, and it's easy for them to diffuse out this ammonia, and ammonia is very, very toxic substance. Okay, in bony fishes, most of the ammonia is lost as ammonium ions across the epithelium of the gut, which kidneys excreting only minor amounts of nitrogenous waste. So kidney, in case of these, okay, ammonium ions are across the epithelium, the gills. Okay, that gills is present in the head region. Okay, and only minor amounts, a little amount of nitrogen waste is being, excreted by the kidney of the fishes, bony fishes. The animals which excrete ammonia are called ammonotelic animals. I already told you. And now more is ureotelism, the terrestrial adaptation necessitated for the products of when the animals for the first time they evolved. That means the group of animals, frog or toads, a group of animals like amphibians, when the evolution in the course of evolution, when animals started moving from water to land. The first time the frog and amphibians, this group of animals, they come from water to land. So they are amphibians because they live on land and they live in water. So when the evolution, okay, in the course of evolution, in the advanced as it advanced, the evolution was advancing, the animals were evolving towards the terrestrial mode of life. Okay, or this terrestrial adaptation gave importance or required the production of lesser toxic nitrogenous waste such as urea and uric acid for the conservation of water. Because if the ammonia is present, okay, as a toxic as a nitrogenous waste substance, because it's very, very toxic, then it will be very, very harmful, and it may be a kind of damaging effect in the body. Okay, so that very harmful substance, ammonia, needs to be converted into lesser toxic nitrogenous waste such as urea and uric acid, because since these animals like reptiles and the birds and the mammals, they are living on the land. Okay, for the aquatic animals it's very easy because they are living in the water, and they can easily eliminate that ammonia as through diffusion, okay, from the body surface or from the guts, the epithelial cells. Okay, now this means that elimination as the urea principal nitrogen waste material is termed as ureotelism. So that means urea or uric acid. Okay, because ammonia being the most toxic substances, this needs to be converted into either urea or uric acid depending on the type of organism. So it is produced in the vertebrate liver and by a metabolic cycle called ornithine cycle. So this is achieved by a metabolic process called ornithine cycle, which that is done in the liver, that converts ammonia into the less toxic substances called this urea or uric acid. Okay, so in case of this human beings also this origin. Now ureotelism, here the circulatory system transport urea to the kidney for filtration and elimination. The kidney plays a very important role in filtration of these urea, and formation of urine takes place in the kidney. This permits some animals to transport and store urea safely at the higher concentration. Physiological uremia is seen in cartilaginous fishes. Okay, so urea is 10,000 times less toxic than ammonia. Just imagine. So even this urea is toxic, but it is not toxic as the ammonia, because ammonia is 10,000 more toxic than the urea. Okay, so here you can see this permits animals to transport and store urea safely at higher concentration. This is called physiological uremia, as in some cartilaginous fishes. Okay, contact. Now you can see the ureotelism. Thus, urea excreting animal acquire much less water. Okay, because they are converting into the urea. Okay, because this is less toxic than the ammonia. Some amount of urea may be retained in the medullary fluid of kidneys to maintain the desired osmolarity. Yes, osmolarity. Okay, so that is important. Modes of excretion: ureotelism, Earthworm, cartilaginous feces. Most of the amphibians, which spends most of the time on land, and mammals excrete urea as the chief nitrogenous waste and are called ureotelic animals. Okay, so animals and uric acid, the chief nitrogenous waste material, is called the uricotelism. So this was uric acid is mainly formed from ammonia, mostly in the liver of sauropsids and in Malpighian tubules of trachyid arthropods. So these are the organisms where we find this uricotelism. Uric acid. Uric acid is found in some insects, arthropods and sauropsids. Okay, in the liver of sauropsids. Uric acid, less toxic than urea and being insoluble in water, can be excreted as semi-solid paste or pellets with very less water loss. The animals which have to conserve water, which they are having the less water, okay, or they have less water content in their body, or they require they have less access to the water, okay, so they will have this uricotelism, okay, like in trachyid arthropod, okay, and in case of uricotelism, this is a great advantage for animals with little access to water, okay, like birds. They are flying and they are not getting water, and if they are drinking or taking in more, the body weight will be heavier. So to avoid that also they are having, and if this they are taking in the water and dissolving in the water to form the to form the urine. So that urine will also contribute to the weight of the body. Okay, so that reason, to avoid this, they have developed this uricotelism. Okay, so trachyid arthropod, land snails and many reptiles and birds excrete uric acid as a meal, because this can be a semi-solid paste like, and it will be easy to excrete in lesser quantity, okay, and in lesser weight. Hence they are called uricotelic animals. Okay, now the features we will go through: ammonotelic, uricotelic, and ureotelic. So ammonia, urea, uric acid. Animals which is most of the aquatic animals: bony fishes, lower invertebrates, earthworm, cartilaginous fishes, amphibians, mammals, and in case of the uric acid, trachyid arthropod, reptile, and then. So all this is toxicity very high. Ammonia is very high, low and lower than the urea. So this is how we compare between the different. This was the basic concept. After this, okay, and now this you must know about the ammonotelism, uricotelism, and ureotelism, okay, and which animals. Now we come to the main part of the chapter in the syllabus, that is the human excretory system. Okay, here see. Amount of water required for excretion high, in case of ureter is moderate, and uricotelism is low. Okay, and energy required for production none. Okay, and in ureter is moderate, and in case of ureter is high. Now we are coming to the main part. Okay, excretory organs responsible for the elimination of metabolic waste products. Okay, a variety of excretory organs are present in animal kingdom. So when we talk about the excretory organ, there are different types of excretory organ as found in animal kingdom. Okay, but we are mainly concerned with about the human or the mammals. Okay, that we will study after this few slides. Okay, in invertebrates these structures are simple, and vertebrates these structures are very complex. Okay, so in case of human beings, it is the kidney that has sole responsibility for osmoregulation and filtration of the metabolic waste, nitrogenous waste, and the formation of urine. So this is being separate organ. They present in the abdomen, in the backside, and you can see the renal artery, the blood vessels bringing the waste material, and when as it strikes in the nephron, okay, and then return back. Okay, so renal artery and renal vein, inferior vena cava, abdominal aorta, okay, a ureter. Ureter is the one that tubular structure. After the urine is formed in the kidney, that it carry it to the urinary bladder, okay, for temporary storage in the urinary bladder. Okay, so urinary bladder you can see. Now urethra is the place through which this is eliminated. Okay, so a pair of kidney is found. So a part of human kidney that projects as calyces is the hilum, renal complex, cortex, or renal pelvis. It is the renal pelvis that we will study in okay, so now renal pelvis and all that we will study in the excretory system, human body. Okay, so human excretory system, here we see, and this is the most important, and many questions are asked in the examination. As I told you, human physiology of the syllabus is the main course, and the biggest portion, you can say, from the examination point of view. The questions are asked. So when we say human physiology, it's not only excretory system, it includes the digestion and absorption, includes the circulatory system, nervous system, control and coordination, all these things. They are important for the exam. Many questions are asked. So let us study about the human excretory system. Okay. Now, a pair of kidney. So what it includes? The organs or the parts or structure that involve the pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, and then the median urinary bladder. So the two kidney. Okay. Because since this reaction metabolic waste is going on, so this nature is created in such a way these two kidney are able to work efficiently, for removal of the waste product, nitrogenous waste product. Then the pair of urine from each kidney, the tubular structure that comes to the urinary bladder for carrying the urine to the urinary bladder. Okay, and then the median urethra from which the urine is removed. Okay, that is the structure through which urine comes out. Okay, you can see the aorta and the renal artery that brings the waste products, and then after the filtration is done, then the blood goes back to the renal vein, inferior vena cava. Okay. Excretory system in human consists of human body, excretory system, kidney, ureter, and urinary bladder and urethra. So these four components. Okay. Most important being the kidney, because this is forming the urine. Okay. So you can see a pair of kidneys. A pair of kidneys are the chief excretory organs in man. So please remember that. Okay. Apart from this kidney, there are some other organ also in human body play as excretory organ. The lungs is also involved in excreting out the carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide is also a metabolic waste. Even the skin, trace quantity of urea is also removed, comes out with the sweat. Okay, from the sweat gland. So that also acts as to some extent as excretory organs. But main organ is the kidney. And here you can see it's dark red in color, a brownish color, present at the back side, as I told you. And just above the kidney is a bean shaped, and there is an important endocrine gland called adrenal gland, endocrine, producing the hormones. Okay. So bean shaped, as you have seen in the picture. Okay. And now you see this one. Okay. So the lower, in the abdomen, the lower side, you can see kidney is present on the either side of the vertebral column, on the side of the vertebral column. So not in the front, you can see in the dorsal side, the back side. Okay, on either side of the vertebral column. Kidneys are present on either vertebral column, and they are protected by the last two pairs of ribs. Last two, okay, between the 11th and the 12th pairs of ribs. So that is where it is present. Okay, extend from 12th thoracic to 3rd lumbar vertebrae. If you see the vertebrae, okay, because we have got the cervical, thoracic, lumbar, and then the vertebra. So you can see it extends from the 12th thoracic to 3rd lumbar vertebra. Okay. Kidneys are retroperitoneal organs. Means, you know why? Because kidneys are covered by a parietal peritoneum only on their ventral side. Okay. On the ventral side, they have got a kind of covering. Okay. Parietal peritoneum. Okay. So not on the dorsal side. Right kidney is slightly lower than the left kidney. So you can see the right kidney is slightly lower than the left kidney. Okay. Why? You see, because of the huge liver. Okay. So that is another reason, because of the huge liver. So that is the reason where this liver is a big gland. Okay, and very important gland. Okay. So due to that reason, the right hand side, the kidney is slightly lower on the lower side, and as compared to the left hand side. Okay, so length of each kidney is 10 centimeter lengthwise. Okay. And you can see width of each kidney is 5 centimeter. So just imagine, you can understand, okay, the size. Thickness of each kidney is about 4 centimeter. Where kidneys are present, the location, as I told you, in the either side of the thoracic cavity, or it is the abdominal cavity. It is called the kidneys are present in the abdominal cavity. Thoracic cavity is upper side, chest side, third side. But abdominal cavity is the lower abdomen side, right? So the abdominal side and excretory system of this kidney. See, got the surrounded by protective tough fibrous. What is that? Renal capsule. Okay, renal capsule covering the kidney. But what is there inside the kidney? Let us study the anatomy. Okay, there are two parts. When you cut, you got the transverse section or longitudinal section. If you cut, okay, or longitudinally, you will find there are two regions, distinct regions, cortex and medulla. Okay, the average weight of a kidney in man is about 120 to 170 grams. Okay, so 135 grams you can see. So that is the average weight. Okay. In females, 135 gram, and in males it is about 150 gram in males. Okay, so just it is little bigger, you can say, or a little heavier in case of males. Okay, kidney. The outer surface of the kidney is convex, like you see on bean separate. This is the convex, and the inner side is a concave, where the blood vessels are innervating. The blood vessels are coming to the concave side, and other side, outer surface is the convex. Okay, and you see the, on the upper side there is the adrenal gland, and endocrine gland is present. Okay, inner surface is concave, where the blood vessels are coming. The outer surface of the kidney is convex, and the inner surface is concave, that I told you. The inner concave surface has a deep notch. Okay, I told you deep notch. This is the portion. This is the deep notch portion. Okay, and where this is called the hilum. The point at which the renal artery and the nerves enter and the renal vein and ureter leave. So this is the notch. This is the structure. Okay, deep notch, where the renal artery and renal vein, renal artery and nerves enter, and renal vein and ureter leave. So renal artery brings the blood with the metabolic waste, natural waste, and from renal vein it goes, it leaves from the kidney. Okay, ureter also comes out from there. Okay, so renal artery, you can see, renal vein. So renal artery means this is shown in. You must be knowing this. Blue and red color, the blood vessels are shown. Okay. When it is a pure blood, often represented by red in color. Okay, but here you can see the blue in color. That means it is impure, and it is so this renal artery bringing the blood to the kidney, and renal vein is taking back after the filtration is done. So ureter is another structure coming from the notch, coming out, leaving that deep notch hilum from the kidney, and going and joining to the urinary bladder for and there this connects and carrying the urine, okay, the formed urine. Now a pair of kidneys, you see excretory system in case of this. Yes, let us see internal structure. A longitudinal section of human kidney shows two distinct cortex and the inner medulla. Outer is the cortex, so this is the cortex, okay, this part. So this part, this cortex, and this is the inner medulla. So red one is the medulla, okay, medulla. Okay, so I think this will be, so see, cortex and the medulla. So this is the cortex, and this is the medulla. Okay, so two distinct regions are found in the kidney, cortex and the medulla. So inner is the medulla, outer is the cortex. So medulla is divided into multiple cones. You can see cone-like structure, and cone-shaped masses of tissues called renal pyramids. So these are called the renal pyramids, different masses. One, you can see this one, right? So this one and this one. These are called the renal pyramids. Okay, these are divided into multiple cones. So these are called the renal pyramids. Each pyramid has apex and the base. Okay, so like in the pyramid also you see apex is there and the base is there, right? So here also you find apex and the base. The base of each pyramid originates at the border between cortex and the medulla. Okay, so the base is found near the junction of the cortex and the medulla. So this is the base, and this base is present at the junction of the medulla and the cortex and terminates in the renal papilla. So that is okay. Then terminates in the renal papilla. Yeah, it's on the renal papilla. Okay. Renal papilla are projected into cup-like calyces formed by funnel-shaped pelvis, which continues out as ureter. Okay, so you can see renal pelvis. These are the renal pelvis, and you can see the from renal pelvis projected into cup-like calyces formed by funnel-shaped pelvis. Okay, so this is the funnel-shaped pelvis, and this is from the renal pelvis. Okay. And that goes to the ureter, that forms the ureter lymph node. So this is the then going to meet to the ureter and then finally into the urinary bladder. Okay. Renal calyces, you can see this one. The apex is forming this. This is the, sorry, I told you the mistakenly what I told you there. The base of each and terminates into in renal papilla. So what happens? This base is formed at the junction, and this region is apex, and then it's forming into a renal papilla. Okay, renal papilla, yeah, renal papilla. Okay, and then finally into the what you call this renal pelvis, and then into the renal calyces, renal pelvis, and then the ureter. Okay, so try to understand and write it here. So what happens? The apex. Okay, then it's forming the renal calyces. Okay, then is the ureter, then is the renal pelvis, then it forms the ureter. Okay, and then it goes to the urinary bladder. So this is how. Okay. Not this is not the renal calyces or renal papilla. So this is the one that has been shown branch line. This is not the renal calyces or not even the renal papilla. Renal papilla is towards the apex of this medulla. Okay. So renal pyramids are separated by projections of the cortex called columns of Burgin. Okay, so this is the column of Burgin. You can see this one. Okay, column of Burgin. Renal column. These are the columns. Okay, these columns. Okay, so here you can see the column. This is also a column. Okay, so column of Burgin, and these columns of Burgin are renal columns. Okay, the passage of urine from kidney to outside is as follows. Now you see. Collecting duct. Okay, when there is a kind of, we will see in the next class, another class, that how the filtration takes place, how the urine is formed. Okay, once the urine is formed, when the blood strikes on the surface of the glomerulus, and urine goes to into the collecting duct. Okay, because before going to collecting duct, again there is kind of a process called reabsorption. Okay, sometimes some important substances also pass through the filtrate, goes along with the filtrate, so that has to be reabsorbed back. Okay, so that reabsorption also takes place. Then finally it goes to the collecting duct, and then after collecting duct, it goes to the minor calyx. Then it goes to the renal major calyx. Okay, this is the minor. Sorry, this is the minor calyx. This is the major calyx. Then to the renal pelvis. Then is the ureter, then to the urinary bladder. Okay, so this most of the students they are not understanding. Okay, so why? What is that? So this is the papillary ducts. Okay, so papillary ducts, then to the minor calyx, the major calyx, and the renal pelvis, then the ureter, and then to the urinary bladder. Okay, once again you just listen. So this part, they are most of the students they are not. They are understanding or they are not remembering. Okay, after collecting ducts, it is the papillary ducts. Okay, then is the minor calyx. Okay, then is the major calyx. Then is the renal pelvis. Then is the ureter. Okay, and then comes the urinary bladder outside, then from urethra it goes outside. The process of passing out urine is called micturition. Okay, the releasing the circular muscle that is present around the urethra, and from there or the end of the urine, the urinary bladder, the end, end of through which the urine is passing out. The kind of circular muscle is present, which is relaxing, and then the urine comes out from there. We call it micturition. Okay. Now, number one is the inner medulla. Okay. Number two, you can easily understand. This is the number five is the urinary bladder. This is the renal pelvis. This is the renal papilla. Okay. And this is number four. This is the renal pelvis. Okay. And number three is the major calyx, or you can say the as we studied here, like it is the major calyx, minor calyx, and then we have got the okay. So now minor calyx, major calyx, renal pelvis, and ureter. Okay, so these are the different regions, okay, through which urine is passing before going into the urinary bladder. Okay. Now another thing is that now you can see how this looks like. Here is shown because of the different mechanisms that play a very important role before it goes to the. Okay. So it's a kind of medicine-like structure. It is very precisely coordinated, and the process is enhanced by its well coordinated structure. Okay, the taking of coming of the blood with the metabolic waste or nutritional waste, then filtration, and filter goes into the nephron, and then nephron passes to the there is a kind of proximal convoluted tubule and distal convoluted tubule. Then it goes to the loop of Henle. Okay, reabsorption of substances takes place. Then it goes to collecting duct. Okay, so then it goes to minor calyx, major calyx, okay, then renal pelvis, and then ureter. So all these things are so well coordinated. So that's why it's shown like this. So what do kidneys do in our body? So kidneys are chief excretory organ and maintain acid-base balance. Okay, to maintain the normal pH in our body. Okay, so that is very important one. Okay, so here you can say ureter, then a pair of slender whitish tube, 40 centimeter long, about 40 centimeter long, because from kidney, that deep notch to the urinary bladder, it is about 40 centimeter in length, which emerges from the pelvis of each kidney and goes to the urinary bladder. The wall is lined by a transitional epithelium. Transitional, that means they can stretch. Okay, they can stretch and they can squeeze. Okay, so in case of and urinary bladder, you can see. Yes. Urinary bladder also we find that it is a median storage sac from both the kidney. It receives the urine through via this ureter, okay, and situated in the lower abdominal cavity. You can see the lower abdominal, and there is the urinary bladder, right? And here you can see this is how, okay, the urinary bladder looks like the cut portion. Okay, the longitudinal cut portion has been shown from this part where it receives the urine from ureter, and this is also okay. So you can see muscular. It is muscular. Okay, it is muscular, sac-like structure, bag-like structure, thick muscular, and distendable wall that can be, it can expand and then it will be squeeze. So that is the expanding kind, the distendable. Okay, distendable wall. So it can expand. While accommodating the urine, okay, temporarily it can expand, and when we then there is a kind of reflex, okay, from the nervous system, from our control and body system to release the urine. Okay, then the muscles at the end, the lower end, that relax, and the urine comes out from the urinary bladder. Okay, lined by transitional epithelium. Again here, like we found in the previous case, that is the ureter. Okay, so now you can see the urinary bladder. It stores urine temporarily about 50 ml to 1 liter. It can accommodate, okay, temporarily. Then it has to, it needs to be removed from the urinary bladder. Otherwise, it may cause a problem, okay. So, urethra is the one which is through which this structure through which this urine comes out, urethra, okay. So you can see this urinary bladder, the cut portion, longitudinal sections, and that going to meet. This is the urethra. Okay. In case of the males, it is within the penis, and through which the this urine comes out. The neck of the bladder leads into the urethra. So that portion, this neck region of the neck region. Okay. This region, neck region. So this leads to the. Now you can see this one. Urethra has an internal urethral sphincter. You can sphincter this part. Okay, so this part. This is the sphincter. Sphincter are muscles that is regular closing and opening the urinary bladder. Now there is another one is the external urethral sphincter. So there is two kinds of controlling, okay, closing and opening muscles, you can say. Okay, so that keeps it closed, so there is no leakage of urine, okay, and there is an external urethral sphincter also, okay. So that also, so when it, when you go to the toilet and sit in the for this urinating, then these muscles relax, and then the release of the urine, okay. So that is how it is. Now, internal urethral sphincter is made of smooth muscles, okay. There are different types of muscles, L-sphincter muscle, smooth muscle, cardiac muscle. So external urethral sphincter is made of stripped muscles. Stripped. So that is responsible for contracting and relaxing. So urethra, this is how it is there in case of the males, passing through the penis, right? Functions. Males carries urine and semen, urinary genital duct is called. In case of the female, it carries urine. Okay, so from urinary bladder to outside. Okay, in case of female, it's like this. Okay, so it is like this. In case of the, it's 4 centimeter. Urethra opens near the vaginal orifice in females, near the vaginal orifice. Okay, open. So in males, it is passing through the penis, so it is 20 centimeter. Okay, longer in males due to presence of the copulatory organ penis. Okay. Why infection of the urinary tract is more common in women than in men? Because infection of urinary tract is more in women than in the men due to short urethra, more close to the anal aperture on par with its surface, and the greater possibility of germs passing in the anal urinary tract. Yes, in case of the penis, there is a long penis, okay, and the distance is from the anal and this anal aperture or an anus to this urethral opening is far, little far in case of men, but in case of females, it is just close by, and so there is a chance of more chance of urinary infection to be found in females, in women. Okay, so part of human kidney that produces catecholamines is it the hilum, is the renal capsule, the cortex, or renal pelvis? The renal pelvis. Now, columns of the Burchini are present between the renal cortex and medulla, or Bowman capsules, or renal pyramids, or kidney and bladder. It is the renal pyramids. Okay. So thank you for listening and joining today. Joining and listening today. Tomorrow again we will meet. We'll see the other important that is the filtration of formation of the urine. Okay, how urine is formed. Okay, how reabsorption of different important substances is taken back, and then how it is eliminated. Okay. So thank you for joining and listening today, and tomorrow we will meet at the same time. Okay, so till then, goodbye, take care.